Hello guys, in this video I am going to tell you about the statement that we wrote in the last video. Okay, if you have seen the last video, we wrote a statement of hello world. Okay, just I will open the interpreter in the command line. Now we won't be working on this interpreter for long, just I'm going to show you basic commands in it. So I have written the exact same line that we wrote in the last video. As you can see here, it's printing us hello world. It's returning us hello world. Okay, now what it actually did is that when Python interpreter saw print, it understood that we are trying to give it a value that it has to print. It has to show that value in the command line. And when it saw the double quotes, it understood that in the value that we are giving it is a string. Okay, now if I just write here the same statement without double quotes and a number like 34, it will print 34. Why? Just I will show you here. If I write type, it is showing me class is str is string. What is class? We will talk about it later as well. Okay, now if I write like instead of here hello world, I will write here the exact same number 34 that we got the output of, and we'll press enter. See here, before when there was hello world, it showed that the class is str, that means string. Now it's showing int. What is int? Integer. Okay, that means integer is a clear number. If I write here minus sign, it is still integer. But if I write here just 0.0, it is a float, a decimal number, floating number, a decimal number. Okay, and if I write here true, it's a bool, that means a boolean value, true or false. Okay, we will use these values throughout this course and understand how to implement those in our code. Okay, now I will close this command prompt window and open my editor. So for those who don't know which editor I am using, it's a Sublime Text. You can get it from the link that I will be providing in the description. It's a paid editor, you can download its free version as well. And if I write the same statement here, and save it. Oh, I closed the command prompt window. Just press Windows key plus R and type here cmd. Press enter. You will see that a command prompt window pops up in front of you. Just I will go to the same directory. 1 minute, I will zoom in and press enter, and then into this folder where I have the file. You can see tut1.py. okay, if I just go here and type here py tut1.py. now with the py here, you are telling command prompt that you are trying to use Python interpreter to run a file, and you can also write here Python complete. Press enter. You will see a hello world statement, because once you write this line, it will execute the whole code written here. Okay, now one of the main questions that comes to beginners mind in Python is that why they should learn Python. There are many other languages like Python. There is Java, C++, C Sharp, but the best thing about Python is it's beginner friendly and is very powerful, okay. In web development, Python has two frameworks, Django and Flask. That means it has also it is also being implemented in web development. And in software, you have Tkinter and other modules, and in AI there are a lot of modules. Now, one of the main things that many of the beginners get errors while handling the program is that once you go through this course, you might import some modules. Like if I import from Flask import um, like request, okay, and if I save it, run the same file, it is showing me error, no module named Flask. Now if I type here pip list, it will show me all the modules that I have installed, that I got built in with Python. Okay, now Flask is an external module. Pip, after typing pip list, it might take some time because it's gathering all the information for you. Now until then, we will create a new file here and save it. Here we are not going to write a code, just the name of the file is important, Flask. Now see this, I wrote here flask.py, the same module name that is an external module in Python. Okay, so as you can see over here, it has gathered all the modules that I have installed. Okay, and over here you can see the versions of the modules. Okay, I have installed Django that I told you, and many other modules. Okay, now over here you can see Flask mail. It's different, it's not Flask, it's Flask mail. It's a module that helps you send mails on your Gmail, emails, Yahoo Mail, like this. Okay, we will use it later on in this course. Just you can see here I have created a file named Flask. I am importing a function from Flask. Now the first thing that this line of code would do is that it will check the name of the modules in the local directory. So if I run in the same command python tut1.py, you would see that I get a different error. Now 1 minute, I will run the same line here. See, before it was showing me that it couldn't find Flask module. Now it is showing me that cannot import name request from Flask. That means that it got Flask app flask.py, it got, just it cannot import in the function because we haven't created such function in Flask. Just if I write here print hello and still run it, the same problem. It is trying to get in the function request from Flask. Okay, but it's not getting any such thing in Flask because there is nothing except this line of code. Okay, print hello. Okay, this is why you shouldn't name your files, Python files, with the name of modules. Okay, and once I delete this file for you, just I will delete it and rerun the program. You can see here it is showing me module not found error, no module named Flask. Before it was showing me import error, that means it got the module, it cannot import what we are asking for. In the later on it didn't got the module, so it didn't execute it anything else, it stopped here. Okay, that is the biggest reason why you shouldn't name your files with the name of modules. So this was for this video, and if you like it, please subscribe my channel and turn on the notification bell so you can get the latest updates of my new videos.